Okay, so we're going to draw this building, and I have actually got a drawing that you can download, and with some carbon paper just trace it onto your paper. So if you're going to draw it freehand though, you just basically have to simplify everything. The most important objects are these two, the tree and the building. So you want to get that angle of the roof right. So you have to decide how high it's going to be. So me about there, and roughly there about maybe about here in the middle of the paper. And then that angle is super important. And then it's going to come down like this. And then there's a bit that goes up here, and I'm just going to check it so that corner comes about there, like that. And then we've got a bit that comes along like this, and then we've got a bit that comes down like this, and this angle is different, so try to be careful about that. And then this is difficult because it's curving, so really have to be careful about that. It goes up slightly but not a lot. Okay, and then don't want to get into details too much, but maybe if we do this, and that's got an angle like that and like that, and then there's something that comes up like that, and another thing here, another thing here, okay, like that, and then a piece of wood across. Very interesting, that. And then we've got the bottom of the building coming down here, and then I think like that. Okay, that's pretty good. Get that angle right. It's coming down slightly here, coming down slightly. Okay, and then we've got some trees over here. I just want to suggest them because when I actually paint them, that'll be just a rough guide. Don't want to make it too strong. And then it ends about there. There is actually a path, but I'm not going to draw that. I'm going to pretend it's not there because I think it will be distracting and leading out of the painting. And then here we've got that level there, and then we've got this thing here, and this comes, if you look at it, it ends about here, which is about the middle. So you don't have to be too careful, but you want to roughly get those proportions right. So comes about to the middle of the building, and then it comes down here. But I will change things a bit if I think it will look better. So like for example with this tree now, I don't want the edge of the tree to come there because that will look strange if it hits the edge of the building. I want a bit more overlap than that. So try to get this correct. Just do it in little dashes. Don't do one big line because it might start to go wrong. And also, as the tree goes up, if you look carefully, it's like little dashes that are all slightly at different angles. There we go. And then this is a thicker branch. That's important, that variety, but it gets thinner as it goes up. And then we've got a bit coming off here, like that. It's quite a thick piece. And we've got a bit coming off there. So this overlap here is nice, and we've got this lovely edge of the building we can still see, so it reads well. It reads well. And then we've got some grass here. Now we have got some flowers and stuff here. I'm not really going to add them. I'm going to keep it very simple. And we've got trees here, but I don't really need to suggest them. I'll just add them later. But One thing I do need to do is just add a few small branches like that. And there we go. And I think that's looking pretty good. I might add one going up like that and one like that. Okay, and I think that's more or less it. One more thing I could add is a figure, and I can use this man here, and maybe I can have him over here taking a picture of this. So he's going to be quite low down. If you look at him here, it's about halfway up this wall. So I'll do him the same. Here we go. And then he's got his legs slightly apart, the way people do have when they take a photo. And then he's got his arms folded like that. It's not great, but that's fairly okay. And then maybe let's give him a backpack because he's a tourist. In Japan, not so many people, I think, have backpacks, not Japanese people. Maybe the foreigners do. And then we're going to have these shadows. So we're going to have a shadow here. And then here. And then we're going to have a shadow here. And then I haven't caught much of this, and that's a problem, but I'm going to have a shadow here. Now, really, I should have done this a bit higher up and shown the shadows down here. That would have been, that's something in future that I'll do. So I'll have the whole thing up by about that much and paint more of these shadows below. I think that'll be better. And then I've got a mountain here. I don't really want to draw that too strongly, and it disappears down here, but what I'll do is I'll show it still because it gives a sense of continuity and it looks like it's more correct. Okay, and that's it. There's the drawing done, and now we're ready to paint. Hallelujah. Let's go for it.